Hello. Hi. My name is Patrick Walter, and I work here at the College of Brockport. I'm in the Academic Advisement Department. We are located in that lovely building there in the Rakoff Center for Student Services. In this building, you'll find admissions, financial aid, academic advisement, registration and records, and the student accounts office, so a whole host of offices. Today I'm going to be talking about the academic advisement portion of coming to Brockport, either as a freshman or as a transfer student. So we're going to work through some slides here and talk about things. And if anyone has questions, just type them in right there, and we'll work through the questions. So, what do we do here in academic advisement? We handle a lot of the advisement issues for freshmen and transfers and continuing students. Here at Brockport, we have a faculty-based advising system. That means when you are in the major, if you're a history major, you're in the major, you will actually have an advisor from the history department, a faculty member who will be able to set up the next semesters coming up for you. They will answer very detailed questions about major requirements and so on. Our office, Academic Advisement, we handle a lot of the general education, the SUNY, in that case, the SUNY General Education Program. We will evaluate all incoming credit. So if you have credit from a local community college, actually any accredited institution or university, we will be able to take a look at those official transcripts and bring in the appropriate credits. We also are coordinating this brand new system that's starting up this fall from DegreeWorks. It's the degree audit system, so it'll be able to, it's a system that will allow you to take a look at your credit and your whole degree plan, from the gen ed portion to any prerequisites to the actual major, and it will show how those credits are being applied. So for new students, we do a lot of the coordination of freshman registration and transfer registration. We also are very useful in terms of academic policies. There are so many academic policies that sometimes need discussion and interpretation to make a decision, so we're the office for that. And then in terms of financial aid, you heard Kristen earlier. She was from the financial aid office, but we kind of put the financial aid piece together with the academic eligibility, whether it is state aid or federal aid. So we kind of have our hands in some good things going on here at Brockport. So I'm going to talk about freshman registration, but I'm also right now, but here in a little bit, talk about transfer education or transfer information. So freshman registration. So conceivably you are a senior in high school and finishing up, and you'll be coming here to Brockport this fall. Hopefully at some point in time you've paid the advanced tuition deposit, and then that will make available after April 15th the online course preference and information survey. What that is going to do is you will have access to this, and you will give us a whole lot of information about courses you've taken, if you're taking courses at a community college through your high school, if you have AP credit that we'll talk about a little later. You'll let us know what you're taking and what to expect, so that this summer, when the faculty advisors are here and they're putting together your initial fall 2014 schedule, they will know what not to put you in as well as to what to put you in. So if you're taking an English composition, English 101 at a community college, and it does transfer here as our English 112, we don't want to put you in English 112 since you're going to be transferring it in. So that's just an example of why that online course preference survey is vital to get that filled out. And then you're going to have five orientation sessions to come into this summer. They're going to start the end of June, and they're going to be through the beginning of July. And at those orientations, you will receive lots of information, including your fall schedule. tours, meeting with some faculty, a lot of neat things going on. So that's really important that you plan to attend one of those. Somewhere in the information you have, there'll be dates on a sheet for the orientation. So plan on coming to that. So one of the classes, one of the courses you'll be scheduled for this fall will be an academic planning seminar. I believe it starts with GEP 100, I think, but it will be an academic planning seminar. And the instructor of that academic planning seminar for freshmen, that instructor will be your advisor. So any questions you have about majors or registering or any concerns, that instructor is your advisor. So if you, during the course of that first fall, if you haven't decided, and then during that class you decide what you want to major in and you want to actually declare a major, we have a process for that. And you'll be able to fill out a major declaration form and officially become history major or whatnot, what major you would want to be. And then you will be officially assigned a faculty advisor within that department. And that faculty advisor will be your advisor starting the spring semester of 2015. So it's a really nice smooth process into advisement here. Let's see what else we have here. So we did talk about AP test scores briefly. If you are in an AP course in high school and you're going to be taking the AP exam, or perhaps you've already taken the AP exam, it's vital that you have College Board send us the test scores, official test scores, directly to our advising office. That way we're able to take the scores and look at them and apply the appropriate credit. So that second bullet point right there, if you take American History AP and you score a 5, which is the highest, you'll receive 6 credits of Brockport credit toward your degree, broken out by 3 credits of History 211 and 3 credits of History 212. So generally speaking, scores of 3, 4, or 5, you will earn credit toward your degree, depending on what it is and how we've equated it. So certainly get those test scores in as soon as you can. So we talked about the faculty-based advising. Really, once you're in the major, it's vital to have a good relationship with your academic advisor, because he or she will be someone that is knowledgeable about the major, about the classes, about the sequencing, about options, about graduate school, about what to do after you earn the degree. So it's really vital once you're in the major to have a good relationship with your advisor, to be able to contact him or her for any questions you may have. So that's vital. So let's go back to evaluation of credit for a little bit. We really are, Brockport is a wonderful transfer-friendly institution. We have no problem. We want people, if they choose to start at a community college for a couple years and then transfer here, or if they've been at another institution and want to move to a state institution, we would love to have them here. So we will want to see the official transcripts from those schools that we'll talk about here in a second. So we've got this new degree works, and once the credits are transferred in, you will be able to see a complete listing of those courses. And if you are a freshman though and you have no previously earned credit, you will still get a degree audit, and it will just list the fall 2014 classes you're taking. So it will have courses, and you'll start to check off as you meet the requirements. If you are a transfer student, once you are accepted and we receive the official transcript directly from the institution where you earned the credit, we're going to be able to have a degree audit out for you within 2 to 6 weeks. We pride ourselves in getting them out within 2 weeks, but there are crunch times where it might take a little bit longer. Certainly if you call our office, we will get your audit quicker into the system. Also, I'm going to show you here a few screens where On our website, we actually have an academic transfer planning guide for the SUNY two-year schools, all the community colleges around the state, so that you can kind of start to match up. If you're at a community college and you want to transfer here, you can kind of see what you should take for easy, seamless transfer. This idea of a notice of transfer award, if you take a course at a college, you send us the transcript and it doesn't transfer in like you thought it was going to, you certainly can contact and petition the actual academic departments to see if it will be, if it could be considered something else or applied to another requirement. And all these policies are available online. If you have not been on our website, I challenge everybody to go on, and we have all our policies listed. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so some more about transfer credit policies. We might not have a specific course that you're taking at a community college, but if we teach it, that concept, that whole area, we will give you credit for it. The key thing is we need the original credit, or transcript rather, from the institution where you earned the credit. So that means if you took AP credit and went to MCC for a few semesters, and you had MCC send us the transcript, their transcript, it will show where they accepted the academic or advanced placement credit. But we can't award credit based just on it being listed on the MCC transcript. We actually have to have the college board AP scores, if that makes sense. So, and that's true with any other institutions. Wherever you've gone, we need a whole complete academic record of your prior academic history. And then there are 2 bullet points right there. We bring in a maximum of 64 credits from 2-year schools. If you go to both 2 and a 4-year, we can bring in up to 90 credits. So that's something to keep in mind as you're planning out your academic career if you're a transfer student. Let's see what else we have here. So, more policies. So we take the courses course by course. If you have earned an Associates of Science or an Associates of Art or an Associates of Applied Science, we will guarantee that we'll bring in minimum of 60, a maximum of 64 credits to apply towards your Brockport degree. A lot of times people will take credit or take degrees at a community college that we don't necessarily teach specifically. We will apply the credit if you have the degree to bring your credits transferred in up to 64 credits. So if you have questions on that, please feel free to contact me. That's always a good discussion. And then generally speaking, if you have transfer credit, we're going to bring it in as lower division. That is, consider it 100 or 200 level. If you think it should be appropriate to be upper division, 300 or 400 level, contact us and we will work with the department for their advice on how to apply it. So if you go on our website under the academic advisement page, actually down the left-hand side you can't see, well actually I think you can see that, I'm not really sure. But down the left-hand side of the page there's green links. And those green links take you to other pages that have really good information on policies, deadlines, lots of good information. The top line is the Transfer Academic Planning Guide. So what that is going to show you, if you go to, you can actually find your SUNY 2-year school and click on whatever it may be, whichever one it is, and then you can actually drill down to see, like if you went to Suffolk County Community College and you took Accounting 102, that's going to transfer in as our Accounting 280. So you can kind of see how the courses will match up. So that means that when you're at these community colleges, great starting places, you will be able to take a wise choice of courses so that when you get here to Brockport, all the credit you've taken will transfer into a specific area, as opposed to randomly choosing courses that may or may not fit requirements and so on, if that makes sense. So we talked about the freshman registration, where the freshmen show up during the summer. at orientation, and they've got their schedule already. For transfer students, if you have already completed a number of semesters at a community college, and you're going to be arriving here as perhaps a sophomore or a junior, you actually will get to register with the cohort that's already been here, the continuing students. And there's some dates on there that we'll talk about here in a second. But if you pay your initial tuition deposit as a transfer student, we also have a transfer and readmit student information survey. That's key too. That's where we will collect lots of good information for you. Once that's done, we actually send your name right to the academic department. So if you are a transfer student earning an IAS degree from Genesee Community College, for instance, and you want to be a history major, and you pay your deposit, fill out the online survey, we send your information right on to the history department, where you will then immediately be assigned a faculty advisor. And then that faculty advisor will then reach out to you to discuss registration, either in person, online, somehow over the phone, to set up your classes. And then conceivably at that time, you've also sent us a transcript from the previous college, where you will be able to, where then we've transferred in the credit, so that the faculty advisor has an accurate picture of where you are academically. And then once you've registered, they will get the academic department will give you an advisement key. I think it's a 6-digit number, maybe, where you can go ahead and register online. As far as being contacted and contacting the department, I wanted to stress at this point too that if you get information on how to set up your Brockport email account, your B-mail, make sure you do that, and do that quickly and check it frequently, because that is the official pipeline of information from the college to students. So if you haven't yet done that, or if you're in the process of doing that, make sure that that's done accurately and you can check it frequently. So we've got what kind of valuable resources do we have? Well, we've got a lot of good websites that are available. Our websites are listed there, the catalog, the handbook. You can certainly contact us. Do we have any questions so far? I've actually got some questions I wanted to answer. So the transfer students will, to stress again, be able to register with their cohorts. For instance, if you are a junior, if you're coming in, and you will be a junior in the fall, and your last name begins with L, you will actually get to register on April 14th. So you hopefully, if you're a transfer student, you're already in contact with your faculty advisor, and on that day you'll get to register. The key thing with freshmen, even though you're like, oh, I don't get to register, when you show up for the orientations this summer, you will already have a schedule. There really is we try to make it as seamless and painless as possible for registering for that very first semester of classes. So that's really a neat thing to do. Someone's got a really good question here. Can I change my major? The answer, yes, you can change your major. You don't want to change your major that many times, but say you get here and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to be a chemistry major. And you get here and take some initial chemistry courses, and you discover that it might not be for you. But you take an anthropology course perhaps, and you go, hey, I like anthropology. I really want to get a major in that and work in that field. That's totally possible. We have no problem with that. There's some forms to fill out, and we definitely we encourage people to get to the major that fits with what they want to do personally, what they want to do as a career, majors they find most fulfilling, job opportunities, the whole gamut of why one would pick a career. Here's a good question I see on this idea of what a prerequisite is. There are courses that are very sequential in nature, math courses, science courses. There are programs here at Brockport, nursing or social work, that have a set of prerequisite courses. Those are courses that aren't in the nursing program or the social work program, but they are necessary to take and earn usually a very specific grade, minimum grade, before you could even apply to that program. So that's a really key thing. So when you see people use the term prerequisite, it just means courses that you have to take before applying to something else. Or you have to take pre-calculus before calculus, and Calc 1 before Calc 2. So that's really a key thing too. And this idea of, oh, here's a good question somebody's asking. What about the competitive majors? Well, there are majors that are more competitive than others, whether they are at the end higher paying or more prestigious or whatever. It doesn't matter. But so when they're more competitive, your grades at community colleges or previously are oftentimes looked at more important. And as you're here, you're earning a good GPA to be able to apply to the competitive programs. So that's really everything. Can you repeat classes? Like if you take a class and can you repeat? Well, you can actually, yes. It's very specific on whether you're receiving federal aid or state aid. So if you have questions along those lines, you definitely want to contact myself or anyone in the academic advisement office to get those questions answered. I'm trying to think of some other things to tell you. If you're to stress again, if you're taking AP, make sure we have those AP scores. If you're taking college courses within high school and there's a college transcript, we want those and we need those. We need a full academic history of what you're doing. So I'm wondering if there's any other questions out there that perhaps I could answer. We certainly have a lot of neat options here. We want to make sure that any questions you may have are answered. I'm thinking of one right now too. So if you're coming in as a freshman and you get your schedule and for some reason there's a time that you can't have that class on the schedule that's made out for you, we will work with you on adjusting your schedule. Maybe not as much as you would like because sometimes classes are only offered at a certain time, but certainly we will definitely work with you on that whole process of adjusting and working with you on the schedule. And getting your transcripts in, that's a very vital piece of the puzzle because if we don't have that, we can't accurately award you credit that you very well might have. So that's everything I've got. Does anybody have any other questions? Please, there's a phone number there if you need to contact us. And we appreciate your time and thanks for your time. Have a good day.